episode 9 with your host, Rashawn.
I don't want to introduce myself anymore.
Okay, I guess we're not going to introduce ourselves
I'm
anymore.
overdoing that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put like our names above all our heads in the edit.
Y'all know our names.
Huh?
I said they know our names now.
Yeah.
We're missing one addition.
Yeah,
Dalsim
Eman.
not here.
Dalsim is not here.
He's gone.
He was in
not
a
with us
fatal,
He's not
fatal
with us
car
anymore.
accident.
I was gonna say he died in a car crash.
It was a
R.I.P.
sad incident, but
But
we're moving on nevertheless. Yeah, it really didn't take us much to get over it. I felt sad for like a minute or two, and then after that, I was kind of like, all right, it's whatever. We'll just find another guest or another co-host.
R.I.P. Dalsim.
What about you, man? All right, so we have a few interesting things that we wanted to talk about today. Well, first, Ivan brought up a good thing. So it was psychopaths versus sociopaths, right? So, I guess Ivan, what do you feel is the difference?
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, I guess psychopath, you just have like, you really don't care about other people's feelings a lot more. You really have no empathy. You only care about yourself. You're very manipulative.
Mhm.
And in sociopath, I guess it just goes like, you have more feelings, but you're still kind of the same, but not really. It's just like more. It's just the underlying things that go into it, like the small things that can really change a lot of people and
Right.
stuff.
What is the definition of a sociopath?
Okay. So I'm on WebMD right now, which is where you get all your medical advice. Let me see what they say. So, it's like Ivan said. It said most experts believe psychopaths and sociopaths share a similar set of traits. People like this have a poor inner sense of right and wrong. They can't also seem to understand and share another person's feelings. But okay, well, let me say this though. Um, what determines right and wrong? You know, like what determines if something you're doing is right or if it's wrong?
If you feel morally if it's right or not, like
But also,
it depends on the morals.
I know, but also like with that, like society, it's more of what society chooses for it. 'Cause
Exactly.
Like just like people that are in psychiatric homes and shit like that, all the people that are like nowadays walking around would be considered like a psychopath and be in a psychiatric home for the way they feel. So it was like this book I read in this class I had. I forgot what the name of it was, but it was an old man. He was just outside walking, and at the end, and he was just talking the entire book and stuff like that. And he made sense when he was talking.
Mhm.
The end of the book, he ends up getting arrested, and he's like, "Why?" And they're like, "Why are you outside at night? Everybody else is inside their home chilling, watching TV and stuff." But he's like, "No, I usually do this all the time."
So what you're saying, like to him, it wasn't wrong.
Yeah, to him it was
It
normal.
was just society that said it was wrong.
Yeah, society thought it was a problem, so
Right.
he ended up getting arrested and sent to a psychiatric home because no one else saw that as something you should do.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to get to. Is like we determine what's right and what's wrong. You know, to those people, to psychopaths, because you know people think of psychopaths as always being violent and murder. You know, but a lot of psychopaths are not violent, but they're just using their lack of remorse to help them move forward up
Yeah,
in
just
like
think about
businesses.
themselves, though.
Right, exactly. Well, that's the thing. Like they don't have a problem fucking people over to get to where they need to be.
Yeah.
You know, but let me see. Let me try to find the real difference. I think the kind of difference between a psychopath and a sociopath is like psychopaths are born that way, and sociopaths kind of turn into that, you know, because of things that they've gone through. But it's saying right here, they don't even diagnose them as psychopaths or sociopaths. They diagnose them with antisocial personality disorder, which is really interesting. I think personality disorders are really interesting. Do y'all know what like borderline personality disorder is?
No.
It's like it's like when people that are like quickly set off, you know, like they're just like something pisses them
Easily
off,
enraged.
right? They just go off.
I might have borderline personality disorder.
I've
don't.
I
Shut up,
definitely
Dom.
sometimes feel like I might
Oh.
have borderline. But I think what a lot of it is though, these personality disorders seems to come from like childhood and what you go through when you're a child. It kind of develops how you react to things like that. Yeah, right here.
Would y'all say that 14-year-old boy that killed that 14-year-old girl is a psychopath?
Oh, for sure, because he showed no remorse for that whatsoever. You know,
remorse, yeah.
he was just bragging about it, right?
Yeah,
What
he
are you guys
was.
talking about?
This 14-year-old kid, he killed this 14-year-old girl, like stabbed her like 114 times.
Damn.
Jesus.
Damn.
He said after they did the autopsy and everything, they said that he stabbed her so intensely and so hard uh, that the tip of the knife broke off in her skull.
Really?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
it was so bad. And then he was, what was her name? What the fuck was her name?
I don't know. But while you're reading that, so it says it's not easy to spot a psychopath. They can be intelligent, charming, and good at mimicking emotions. They pretend to be interested in you, but in reality, they probably don't care. So okay, so I have a problem to where I feel like I empathize with things too much. So when I read this, I get thoughts like, do I do that? Are my emotions real? Am I faking feeling bad? Do I truly feel bad when I do stuff like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's normal though. Like especially like for us, is because we actually feel emotion and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Whereas since they don't feel it, like
They don't think about that.
Yeah,
That
they
doesn't
don't
occur
think
to them.
about it.
I think that's kind of what can like, because I know a lot of people can get intrusive thoughts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But mostly people with like anxiety disorders and stuff like that. Not necessarily disorders, but well, I guess I would say disorder, like generalized anxiety.
Yeah.
Tend to get
Mainly
a
people with anxiety get really like a lot of intrusive thoughts.
lot of
all the
intrusive
time.
thoughts. So it's like, because I think what it is like you care too much, so your brain is always aware and looking out for things that you could be doing wrong, you know. But
Yeah.
so it says they may pretend to be interested in you, but in reality they probably don't care. They're skilled actors whose sole mission is to manipulate people for personal gain. Sociopaths are less able to play along. They make it plain that they're not interested in anyone but themselves. They often blame others and have excuses for their behavior. Some experts see sociopaths as hot-headed. They act without thinking how others will be affected. Psychopaths are more cold-hearted and calculating. They carefully plot their moves and use aggression in a planned out way to get what they want. If they're after more money or status in the office, for example, they'll make a plan to take out any barriers. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So like sociopaths are more like seems more like impulsive, not as calculated in doing shit, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess they're both like, it says cold-hearted psychopath and hot-headed sociopaths. So I guess that, yeah, it kind of sums it up right there, just that title.
Yeah.
But back to what we were saying about like who chooses what's right and wrong, that carries over, I feel like carries over to like religion, you know. So like when they say that you're gonna go to hell for sinning or some shit like that, it's like, well, who says it's a sin? You know, who made that up other than
The Bible.
the Bible? Like it kind of comes off kind of like, I guess, arbitrary. You know, like it's just there
random.
just to be there. Exactly. It's just a rule that's just to be there. You know.
and then
Yeah.
like the Bible itself contradicts itself because then
Many
like
times.
even if you you have a sin, like it's supposed to be forgiven if you just repent. But then like it's like, oh, this sin is too bad, so you're going to hell. So what point is it like, hey, this is too bad and I can't forgive this, so you are going to burn in the flames of hell? Like, you know what I mean?
Being a murderer.
Well, it's
That can even be forgiven.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to ask. Like,
Raping.
what sins are there that you can't repent for and be forgiven for?
Being a murderer with an intent to murder.
Maybe to the legal system, but
A mass
religious.
murder.
So
I just don't see how that could be forgiven.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess taking a life.
Going into a church and shooting up the whole fucking church.
well, that's the thing, bro. Like people talk about like that's
Eye for an eye.
like, well, not necessarily an eye for an eye, but like God he loves his people, but then there's people that a full church and then the building collapses and kills them all, you know. So it's kind of like it's kind of hit or miss there,
But it's like the thing that we talked about way back in the first episode. I don't think God has a hand in everything. So,
well, you know, I was talking to our Jehovah's Witness friend, and I was kind of telling him like that's a big reason of why I have trouble believing in God, you know, because like what we talked about was like why do we suffer, you know? But when he was like reading me like these verses and stuff, talking, and it was basically saying he has nothing to do with that. Like God has nothing to do with that. He's kind of at this point just like watching watching what's going on, because at that when I guess like when Adam and Eve ate the apple or whatever, the angels were watching, like in heaven, everybody was watching to see what God would do, and they kind of compared it to like a teacher, as in like a teacher solving a problem on a board, and then a student says, "No, you can do it this way," the teacher's not going to be like, no, you can't do that, just sit down. He's gonna be like, okay, well, you come show me how you do it, and then all the other students will watch, and then you kind of prove to them that, like, when the student goes up in there and does the work, all the other students see that, yeah, the teacher was right and the student's not as efficient, and he's not doing things the right way.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I think is a kind of the problem with churches and stuff and like services, that they they make it seem like that God has a hand in everything that goes on around the world. And then like when people get down in the dumps and at their lowest points, they have nobody to blame but God.
Hmm.
And they're like, why are you letting this happen to me? And it's like from what you were saying, how God's just a teacher and he's just watching. It's like he doesn't have a hand in everything. It's just kind of how life is playing out.
Right. He's just kind of watching it unfold.
Looks like an interview here.
Hell yeah.
I also
But
have another thing. How do people mix up antisocial disorder? Like people say, oh, antisocial disorder means like you're not social, but it's not that at all. It means that like you really have no like sense of care about what the other people thinks, or
Wouldn't that
like you have
wouldn't
no
that
empathy and nothing like that. You know?
wouldn't that be like a psychopath type of thing?
that
No, but
it,
I'm
Or
just
is that
talking about how
sociopath?
like
It's one
I'm
of the
just talking
two.
about how like, people mix it up. Like they say, no,
Oh, yeah.
antisocial means that you're not social around other
Well,
people.
yeah, it's because like I feel like the reason that happened is because it really starts with like little kids and stuff, because they found out what anti means, so then they put anti and social together, and it's
they're
like,
just
oh,
taking it
okay,
literally for
we're
what,
Yeah,
not
they're
what
just
we're
it
taking
not
is.
it
supposed to talk.
when it's not supposed to be literal.
Yeah, that's just how they're taking it. But that's just because that's how like the English language is, though. Like for instance, like all the phobias and shit, like people that are scared of big words, the big words, the big
Oh
word
yeah,
itself. Like,
yeah, that is
that's just
stupid.
how it is. It's just stupid as
It's
hell.
stupid, but it's crazy how real it is, because really all it is like so there's this. I actually can't really say what causes it, but there's also a thing where it's like what fires together wires together. So you feel an emotion when something, I think, let me say that, I think, I'm just kind of talking right now, but it's like, so when you feel an emotion alongside a behavior, they wire together. Like in your brain, those things wire together, so that action or whatever's triggering an emotion in you will kind of like come up again, when the behavior is being
Uh,
done, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. Um, but like, what back to what you were saying, Ivan, about how they kind of like mix things up. I think because I guess people confuse antisocial personality disorder with like social anxiety. Like not being able to socialize comfortably without crippling anxiety. Because when I was in this hospital, there was this guy in there that was for social anxiety, and I have social anxiety, but his was kind of on another level. Like it was like causing like suicidal thoughts for him and stuff like that, like just that inability to socialize, which is kind of crazy. It kind of shows you how social we are. We're social, like truly social people, and without it, then it kind of just like, have y'all ever heard of let me see, Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Hmm.
Let me see, let me explain it better, and then I'll also go back to what you were asking me about, like what fires together wires together.
yeah, because I was a little confused about what you were saying.
Okay, so and Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's like a pyramid. So at the bottom of it is like your physiological needs. So like air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction. Above that is your safety needs. So like security, employment, resources, health, and property. And then above that one is love and belonging. So friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. So it kind of shows that, like, out of five things that humans truly need to survive and to, like, I guess, live comfortably, it doesn't seem like it can really truly cause problems if you're a little bit of a loner. But I guess this goes more beyond than just being a little bit of a
But
loner.
I feel like even that in general, it goes back to like, how we were saying like things that are considered like insane and not insane.
Mhm.
It's just more of like a society standpoint. I feel like that, like needing love and stuff like that, you would think that, oh hey, that drives a person towards insanity, but it's still like, who are we to decide that that's like something insane, like that would drive them towards insanity? You
But
know what I
it's
mean?
true. I mean, you don't really know about it until you're in that perspective. Like we actually have people around us that care about us, but until we don't have anybody, we won't actually know how it feels.
That's a good point. Yeah, you don't know what you have until it's gone.
Yeah.
True.
Hebb famously said that cells that fire together wire together, and more formally, any two cells or systems of cells that are repeatedly active at the same time will tend to become associated, so that activity in one facilitates activity in the other. So if something triggers a like a I guess some release of cells in your brain, then they eventually kind of go hand in hand. So I guess when one goes off, it sets this other one to go off just because of the fact they've been wired together by your behaviors, which I just think is really interesting. I think like behavioral psychology and stuff like that is interesting.
like what you do in your normal day makes you like react the way you react to other things.
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little confused for a second, but I'm caught up now.
This is very educational.
Extremely
It's
educational.
because this is school outside of school. This is summer school right now.
I feel like I'm kind of hating it. Not gonna lie, I feel like I'm in school right now.
It's always good to learn things.
You just don't like learning interesting things. What kind of things do you enjoy talking about that we could talk about?
That's just not. I mean, I do. I like hearing about it. It's just when you're talking about neurons and stuff, I felt like I was in EMT class.
Well, well to me that stuff is interesting. Like I enjoy talking about it.
Yeah, learning stuff at a young age prevents dementia.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Because, I mean, dementia is basically like not using your brain for a long period
I'm
of
gonna
time.
have dementia.
I
when
heard
get
that.
older anyways.
I know
I'm gonna
there's
have
some
dementia.
stuff saying dementia is caused by like inflammation.
I don't know. I mean, maybe there's multiple causes, but I know one cause is that like not using your
How you
stuff.
did orchestra?
Oh, okay, Ivan. It says right here, scientists have discovered a direct link between the immune response to viruses and bacteria and the development of plaques in the brain that characterize Alzheimer's disease. So I guess
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, if like, you
Inflammation.
don't use your brain for a long period of time, it can cause that. Ooh, I should be speaking into
Yeah, I guess that's why like old people do like Sudoku puzzles and
If you,
shit.
if you end up saying that, just use this one.
We're gonna talk about afterlife, the afterlife. Well, let's kind of. I think that would be more interesting to get to like lastly. So
Yeah.
let's cover some like little shorter things.
Drake Bell allegations. I saw that.
Drake Bell, yeah.
The one with allegations against with younger people, right?
Yeah, it was like attempting to like.
Didn't he change his
Awesome.
name?
Yeah, he changed.
Okay.
I read a little bit about it.
Because I thought he was
He
something.
got bonded out. He's not in jail.
He's not in jail no more.
Oh wait, I think no. I thought he was in Mexico.
Yeah, I thought he was in Mexico.
Yeah, he went to Mexico.
Well, he got I think he was in like Cleveland or something. Let me see. Yeah, he was in. He's been charged on 2 counts of crimes against a child in Ohio, referred to by his first name Jared.
There should be a
So it
study
was a
about
guy.
like childhood actors who end up like really bad, you know, because that's very common.
Well, I saw a thing talking about how maybe this happened to him because a lot of times when people do this stuff to kids, it's kind of they're reliving their trauma and doing it to other people.
Yeah.
So it could have very well happened to him, not justifying it, but it could very well be a part of it.
I know a good portion of them got fucking molested though.
Mhm.
Because like Sabrina, no, am I thinking about Sabrina Carpenter? It's one of them. I know whichever one of them on
She's the girl on like Boys Meet World.
Okay, I'm thinking about somebody different. The chick on iCarly, the one that plays Sam.
Oh, Jeanette McCurdy.
Yeah, Jeanette McCurdy. She was being molested and stuff by the producer.
Oh, I heard about
That's
that.
why she didn't want to come back for like the episodes they're making now. It's because she's like, no, fuck
I
that.
heard about that the executive producer thing, and like he's very like
He has like a foot fetish or something.
yeah, I heard he
His
has
name
a-
I think his name is Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
But
got
anyways,
like a foot
back
fetish.
back to the topic we were
He's trying to
at.
get like Ariana Grande's foot pics and stuff like that, feet pics on it.
But I wonder, like, I guess there's really no other news to report on that other than just it's happened, and it happened in 2017. And he pleaded not guilty and posted his $2,500 bond on Thursday. The judge ordered Bell to have no contact with the alleged victim and has also ordered Bell to submit a DNA specimen to the sheriff. So this must have been like a physical thing. I was under the impression that I was just like text messages and
Yeah,
stuff
me
and
too.
like kind of planning to do
Just
stuff.
in, Drake Bell is a child molester.
I don't think it was child molestation, right?
I think it was. I think it was
It
like
just says that like he was putting them in danger.
was charged with the attempted endangering of children, a 4th-degree felony, and disseminating matter harmful to juveniles, a 1st-degree.
See, I wonder
misdemeanor.
he probably was just like driving with them with like no seatbelt on or something.
Or maybe he was beating the fuck out of him.
Damn, why'd you go that fucking brutal?
Let me see. Disseminate. I wonder what that exactly means. I don't know what that would mean. Disseminating matter harmful to juveniles. If the material or performance involved in it is obscene and the juvenile to whom it is sold, delivered, furnished, disseminated, provided, exhibited, rented, or presented, the juvenile to whom the offer is made or who is the subject of the agreement, or the juvenile who is allowed to review. Oh, okay, I guess it's just he was showing stuff or trying to do stuff that wasn't legal because of how young he was. That's just crazy, dude. Because that you bring up a good point, Ivan, talking about how I guess Nickelodeon has history of like being perverted in that way, you know.
Disney as well though.
Also, wait. Also, the dude that did Hannah Montana, the not the the dude that was her best friend. What's his name?
Oliver.
Oliver. He fucked up his whole career by drinking and driving and shit like that. Bro,
Do y'all know the guy from Zeke and Luther, the red hair guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
He got in trouble too.
Yeah, he's in jail for. I think it was like armed robbery or some shit.
Yeah, it was armed robbery.
I don't think I've ever seen. the show.
damn.
You've never seen Zeke and Luther? Is that skateboarding show on
Really?
Disney XD?
That was a good ass show.
It was a pretty good show. Let me see. His name is Adam Hicks.
He
Yeah,
also
he was on Lemonade Mouth.
I was about to say he was in Lemonade Mouth too.
Yeah.
Oh, talk about Lemonade Mouth. You know that
seen Lemonade
the
Mouth.
the guitarist in Lemonade Mouth has like a bunch of controversy at her right now.
Really?
Yeah.
The guitar, Bridget Mendler? Is that what you're talking about?
No,
What are you
I'm
talking about?
talking about the rocker chick.
The one that played Velma?
I don't know.
She played Velma in this knockoff Scooby Doo movie that was on Cartoon Network.
Did not know that.
Damn, bro. She's like kind of Asian.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
Well,
her?
it's because she gained weight and then she ended up losing the weight and then she came out I think bisexual, and that's supposed to be like a disrespect to her her being Asian and stuff like that. A lot of different shit. A lot of different shit.
Who was this? Which character was this?
Is that the Asian one?
Let me see if I can look up the cast.
Right there, the cast is right there.
Dude,
Haley Kiyoko.
Yeah.
Yeah, her. Yeah.
Let's see what her if there's a controversy thing about her personal life. So what? I'm sorry. Tell me again what she did. What was she
No,
allegedly
it was just
did?
more of like she gained weight and everybody was making fun of her because how she used to look before, and then she ended up losing weight, but then she ended up being coming out as bisexual or pansexual or something like that.
Didn't Demi Lovato come out as
She
non-binary?
non-binary.
Demi Lovato, I think she's just trying to stay in the fucking spotlight.
She's just crazy, bro.
Like she made a whole problem at this one yogurt place because they didn't sell non-dairy frozen yogurt.
yeah,
Yeah, she's a little bit.
she's
She's pretty Fez.
Well,
She's
Fez, dude. Yeah. What's his name? Mario, right?
she's a sociopath.
Oh yeah, Wilma. She's a sociopath.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, you know when she had that overdose, she probably got a lot of brain damage from that. Not
She had-
saying
I thought she had like 2.
she might have overdosed a couple of times. I'm not exactly sure on the details, but I mean that has to cause some type of brain damage.
Y'all remember when all those memes were coming out about 21 Savage, and then Demi Lovato said something how these memes are like the best part of my day, and then everybody fucking attacked her about doing drugs and shit.
Oh yeah.
Well, dude, that's like the only
that
thing
shit was so funny.
That's
bro.
the only like negative thing you see about her is talking about how like those drugs fucked her up. She's fucked up now because
And
this
that one
heroin.
picture of her with bad lighting and everything. Oh my god.
What did they call that? She was like a potato or something.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's called Tate.
Yeah, this is the picture, right? I wish I don't know how to show the picture on here, but yeah, if it's called Poot Lovato. So if you're
Lovato.
looking, go to Poot Lovato.
That's just the worst fucking picture.
It is a terrible photo, dude. Look at this. It don't even. It looks like 2 different people.
Yeah, literally.
That's why you don't shave your head, because you just end up looking like a fucking potato. I'm so terrified of going bald, dude. I got the weirdest shaped head.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to look like a fucking potato.
Me too, bro.
Also, this is really funny. Let me just pull it up. Injustice Mobile Team apologizes for Pride promo where you beat up Poison Ivy. So, Poison Ivy is one of Injustice's canonically queer characters. So she's queer. But so
Yeah, she got a whole relationship with what's her name? Harley Quinn. Her and
Oh,
Harley
really?
Quinn are in a
I
relationship.
think I've heard about that. Yeah. So
I think so. I think she's just insane.
man,
bro.
I think a lot of girls are, dude.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, like,
I honestly think everyone's some part of gay.
well, it's on the spectrum, you know. So some people are more straight than others.
Yeah.
It definitely, I don't think because it's not a black and white thing. You're not either gay or straight. You know, it's more of like where you
There's
lean a certain
levels.
way. Yeah. But so Injustice 2 publisher Warner Bros. Games has apologized for its tone-deaf Pride Month challenge for mobile versions of the fighting game. which asked players to beat up on a queer DC Comics character, Poison Ivy. What a way to like what's the word? Celebrate LGBT other than
Yeah.
beating the fuck out of them in a video game
On Pride Month.
on in Pride Month. It's kind of funny though because I'm kind of stuck between like, are they doing it just to do it, just to show like how pro LGBT they are, or did they truly
I think
believe it?
it's either A, they were trying to be like, okay, she's our queer character, so let's give her a spotlight thing,
Mm-hmm.
or they were like, we don't support this, so let's beat this bitch the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems a little too on the nose though, to just straight up beat people up. You guys watch basketball? Ivan, you watch basketball?
Yeah.
where's Eman when we get this
Predictably, people
question?
want to rail
Do you guys
Samsung's rejected AI mascot.
tell him we said? Tell him. Yeah, we watch basketball. I watch basketball.
Predictably,
Dang, it would be perfect for E-Man to be here to
Yeah.
fucking talk about basketball. But
dude.
hey,
he's
Lakers,
passed away,
Lakers,
so-
Lakers out of the playoffs. That's all I like to see.
Didn't you want the
Fucking
Suns to
trash
win?
ass Lakers. I'm fine with it. Is
Oh,
Atlanta
yeah.
the Hawks still in the playoffs?
Yeah, the Hawks beat freaking the New York Knicks. They
So,
beat
Closer to the
4-1.
mic.
Who, Ivan?
Yeah. I don't, dude, the thing about basketball to me is just like it's so repetitive, and it's like whenever I play basketball like in PE and shit, people would always call it fouls for like reaching or something. I'm like, how is that even a foul? How am I supposed to take the ball from you if I can't reach for it? Like, what is reaching?
Reaching is more of like if you're trying to get the ball and then you hit the person instead of hitting the ball.
Oh, okay.
So
So, it's like
it's-
fouling in soccer, like if you kick them before
yeah.
you get the ball. Okay, I guess
So
that
that's
makes
why
sense.
they just call it reaching.
But even still, bro, it seems like every type of touch or any
is.
type of physical contact, they stop it. It's
It
like
is.
some
Especially like
type of foul.
NBA now.
Yeah,
Like,
It's
anything's a foul.
It's
now.
because they're pussies.
to me, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's the refs.
Oh.
it's a little controversial, but
You guys.
I'm a soccer
Brave.
player, not a basketball player.
I agree.
Fuck them.
I agree. I think
Don't
they're
tie me in with Donovan.
I think they're really athletic people, but I think the sport could definitely be improved in some ways like that. I just think it's so ridiculous to allow like no type of contact like that.
Talk about basketball. Have you guys seen like street ball, bro?
What do you mean?
You see how mad people get at fucking street ball, bro? Like, with street ball, there'll actually be fights out there.
People take basketball like way more seriously. Like I guess like more like recreational basketball. Nets or the Bucks?
Nets or the Bucks?
Nets.
You think the Nets are gonna win?
Yeah,
I don't know
the
anything about it. I
Nets are-
can't
They
say.
got James Harden. They got Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah, didn't they just get
Kyrie.
like a stacked
Yeah, they
stacked
got a
lineup?
stacked ass team. They got Blake Griffin. They got freaking KD.
Didn't
Kevin
they get
Durant.
Kyrie as
Shit.
well?
Yeah, they have Kyrie.
See, I don't know anything about basketball, but I
would
know
say
all
that.
those names.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying.
I
Like,
can,
all those people got on that.
so
team.
they're on the Nets.
Yeah.
So all right,
I
so
would
I'm
say
gonna
my
bet
money's on the
Nets.
Nets.
I'm gonna put my money on
I
the
think
Nets.
basketball has to be the most popular American sport, in my opinion.
No,
No, it's the
I think football.
okay for other countries looking into us. Basketball is. Football is not that popular for other sports because a lot
It's
of
just because there's so many people in football. Like,
exactly.
You can name so many basketball players, but you can't name a lot of
No,
football
I know,
players
but
or a lot of baseball players.
Americans love football more than basketball.
Well, yeah, mainly because American.
It's
football
only
is
in America. Exactly.
Look, so it says right here, this is on sportshow.net. Top 10 most popular sports in America in 2021. What the fuck? Okay, I thought this was backwards. I was like, badminton. There's no way badminton is number one. What the hell? All right, so it starts with
Ice hockey.
football, baseball, and then basketball.
Yeah, I was about to say ice hockey's up there too. I didn't think ice hockey was above soccer though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I was at a bar last
WWE.
night and they were watching
Oh, it's
the
actually on
Serena
there, bro.
Williams versus that Collins match. WWE is in
Donovan.
front of motorsports.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You think so?
That is fair. I'd much rather watch WWE than watch people going around in dirt.
I
I
think
know,
that,
but I feel like a lot of people like NASCAR.
I think it's more of a personal bias though. Because
yeah,
I
true.
personally
Yeah.
don't like WWE, so I would of course I would think motorsports would be ahead of it. Badminton.
Oh, badminton. I was about to say.
Badminton is number 10. Let's see what the honorable mentions are. That's going to be interesting. What kind of sports? Baseball, softball.
Nope, that's it.
How are those honorable mentions? It just showed us. Oh, martial arts is an honorable mention. Dude, martial arts is getting big.
MMA.
MMA.
UFC.
I think UFC has definitely blown up in like the past like 20 years, a couple decades probably. But boxing has always been big, but right now with what's going on in boxing, is definitely
It's
going to
gonna
get really big.
bigger. Yeah.
It's either going to get big or it's going to just completely decline because it's like a bunch of YouTubers trying to do YouTubers and TikTok
Nah,
people trying to
I
do
don't see
boxing.
it decline. I see tons of people watching that
He
shit.
said, "Haha, Batman." But yeah, this Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather fight is tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tomorrow. I want to
Shit.
watch it.
I do too.
Dude, there's this video of it where they're like doing the stare down or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and Logan Paul is just so much bigger than him, dude.
Yeah.
He's so much bigger. Cause what were the weight stipulations? Like I think Logan Paul had to be like at like 190, and then Mayweather was like a little bit smaller. I don't remember the names, but or the weights. But what do y'all think is gonna happen on that fight tomorrow? Like, what do y'all like if you really think about it?
I don't. I honestly don't know because I don't think fucking Floyd Mayweather would just take a loss
I
just to
want,
lose.
I want,
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I want Mayweather to win, but at the same time, no, I think Mayweather's gonna win, but I low key want Logan to win just to
Why?
see how that happens, like how that turns out.
I definitely see what you mean. Like you're like on the I want to be on the other side just to the fight will be in my. I'm not sure where it's gonna be. Let me see.
No, it is gonna be in Miami.
It is Miami.
Yeah, because Logan said he was saying that if he wins the fight, he's not celebrating in Miami. He said he's leaving. He's leaving, going somewhere else where nobody knows where he's at, and gonna be partying.
That's interesting. But yeah, dude, like what you were saying, I don't think that Mayweather would take a fight that he would lose because what is he 50-0 right now after McGregor?
Yeah.
So I don't think he would take a fight that he really thought he would lose. Because I mean, yeah, Logan Paul is a lot bigger, but at the same time, like when you watch Mayweather fight, he's so he's so fast,
Yeah,
dude.
he's
Like
quick.
you don't hit him. You just can't hit him. And the way he like just puts his shoulder out there and he like rolls and shit. He's just fast. He's quick. It seems like he knows like what's coming before you even throw it. I think that just comes from experience, you know, and the fact that Logan is relatively unexperienced compared to all the other boxers.
Yeah.
What we need is another Mayweather and Pacquiao fight.
That would be cool.
I really think Pacquiao should have won that fight.
I do too. I that fight really annoyed me watching it.
Yeah, me
Just-
too. I really thought he was gonna win. I thought that was a bullshit fight.
I wonder.
We're gonna talk about video games. So there's this new game that I've been playing called Knockout City. If you have it,
about that last fucking podcast.
join. Add me on PlayStation. Rashawn Martin.
Don't give
10.
out your PSN
Why?
because you're gonna just have hella people adding you. Not hella people. I mean, we only got one guy watching.
That's fine. I'll play with anybody and everybody because
gonna
my own
play
friends
right
don't
here.
even fucking play with me. Bitch, I be asking you to play. You play 2 games. Like, oh, I gotta go. I got
Bitch,
something
you
to
did
do.
that too. The fuck?
No,
Don't
I
even try
didn't,
that
bro.
shit. Yes, you did. Yes,
No,
you
I
did.
fucking didn't.
Yes, you did.
I
'cause
said, bro, I literally said, why are you leaving, bro? I have time to play right now.
Bitch, okay, I had time to play the other day, and then what you had to do? You had to leave to go somewhere, didn't you?
No, I had to fucking go cut the grass.
This guy is very loyal watching our stream.
Yeah, appreciate that. He
He
doesn't.
said, no, I don't have it.
He doesn't
Damn.
have what? Oh, Knockout City.
Well, do you have Rocket League? I'll play Rocket League with you because my friends suck at Rocket League.
He needs a friend.
Man, Rocket League is the most try-hard fucking game ever, dude. Like, if you don't try, then it's just no fun. And even if you do try and you suck at it, it's just terrible.
It's still fun. We have good teammates like me.
Okay, basically, what do y'all think? Like, what do you think happens when you die? Like, the moment you die, what do you believe would happen?
Well, they say you have like some brain activity left, so I guess you have like, I don't know. I
think it's
really
only-
don't know. Memories? I don't know.
I think it's only for like
7 minutes.
yeah, I was about to say 10. That
true.
it lasts for a little while.
Well, a lot of people. So, y'all know what DMT is.
Mhm.
Well, for the people that don't know what DMT is, dimethyltryptamine. It's like a psychedelic, and it's like from plants. And there's also one thing it's called like NN-DMT, which is like from frogs. But basically, what it is like some people have compared it to like a death simulator, to where you feel like you're dying, like you genuinely feel like you're dying. You know, I tried a psychedelic one time, and it was a really really intense feeling. Like almost felt like it was like pulling me to sleep. Like I had to close my eyes, and I was like genuinely getting this feeling like I was like, dude, am I dying right now? Like, why do I feel like I'm like almost slipping away in some way, like you're going somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's just really interesting to me how those things can be compared, because there's it's theorized that when you die, your brain is releasing DMT, because your body, I think DMT is like an androgenous chemical, so you produce it within yourself. It's a naturally occurring chemical inside your body. So it's theorized that when you're dying, well, like for example, when people are dying and they say they're seeing angels and they're seeing the light and stuff, I think what it is like it's just your brain being flooded with DMT, so you start having hallucinations and visuals like that. So, what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think there's any like type of like
Well, out of everybody here, I'm the only one that's actually experienced death when I was younger.
how old were
So
you?
I don't remember, but like maybe 6, 7.
Okay, what happened?
So when I was little, I drowned. I was in the pool for like 5 minutes probably. So they had to fly me out to the hospital through a helicopter. But so they had me in the room and everything, and they came out and like they told my mom that yeah, your son's passed away. They didn't make it.
They told your mom that?
Yeah. So everybody thought I was dead.
What? I didn't
Everybody
see.
thought I was
I kind of
dead.
knew the story, but I didn't know it's to that extent.
Yeah, it was. They literally told my mom like your son didn't make it. So they like stopped operating and everything. And like we were saying about the white light, that's what I saw.
Really?
Literally white light, and I saw a person in like the distance. I couldn't really make it out to like who it was or what it was.
Mhm.
But that shit didn't last long, and then all suddenly just went black, and then I opened my eyes, and then everybody was like, "Holy fuck,
He looked at
he's
you
not
and
supposed to be
said,
alive."
Bro, you are the fucking Messiah, Rashawn.
No.
You're either the Messiah or you're the Antichrist. I don't know which one yet, but
Antichrist,
we'll find out
Bro,
eventually.
Yeah,
he
we're
looked
trying to
at
find
you
that
and
out.
said it was not your time and threw your ass back.
He's got something for you, bro. There's something you're supposed to be doing here. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this podcast. God kept you alive to do the Big Average Boys.
Well, aren't y'all lucky?
Alex, if you have any questions, just like about what I was saying, just type it. I'll try my best to answer it for you.
y'all
I'll
ever
take
think
this.
like virtual reality will get that advanced that you can like experience anything?
Like
Yeah.
SAO type of shit?
hmm
Hell yeah.
I think it will for
Talk
sure.
about, what is it? Talk about SAO. I was going to talk about that earlier when we were talking about the simulation. What the fuck?
No, we can see you. You're good.
Alright, when we were talking about the simulation shit, there's like the new episode, like new season of SAO that came. They was talking about how basically they made a simulation. They made a simulation. They made like a life and a self-sustaining life. It ran itself.
Right.
And then they started figuring out how to do everything. And then there's one girl who ended up realizing, oh hey, we can control the system. Like we can make us do magic. Because originally they were just living like us, but she figured out how to like control the simulation herself.
hmm
And then she was able to use magic and make fires and make things just out of thin air.
That sounds kind of like lucid dreaming.
Yeah. Like she was able to do it by just saying like link start shit like that to make it all herself. And then what she ended up doing was she ended up controlling people and making her own apocalypse.
Mhm.
So then she was able to run everybody. But she's the only one that knew of the outside world. Nobody else knew of the outside world but her.
How did
Right.
she know?
Because she was able to she figured out how to manipulate the system
She
herself.
broke the fourth wall.
Yeah.
She broke the
So then they end up sending Kirito in and making him be like Jesus because that's his character now. And he was trying to save the world and shit. But yeah,
someone will ever break the wall. And, like,
see, that was my point. Was that what if there's people that's done that already for us? Maybe like if we're in a simulation, they've done that already for us, and we're just living in the world itself.
That's just a scary thought to me that we're in a simulation. Like,
Did you see that lag?
I have when I was really young, I used to have this feeling almost like, if a man is beheaded, can he sense? No, okay, see, so that's a good question. I
Have you seen Demon Slayer? They cut off his head and he
no,
was still
Alex, that's a
alive.
really good question. Because because your brain isn't connected to the bottom half of your body anymore, so I don't know if you would be feeling pain from that part of your body. But there's also a thing where when people get their limbs amputated, they have something called phantom limb syndrome. Yeah, they have phantom limb syndrome, so you feel like it's still there. And they did this experiment where they had like a curtain, and then you were on the other side of the curtain, and then they had a fake arm right here, like on. So let's pretend like there's a curtain like right here, right? And so my arm is under the curtain, but they put a fake arm right there, and then they like hit it with a hammer, and people like said that they were kind of feeling it, you know. So I think it's more of a psychological pain than physical pain.
But also, what's it called? There was also an experiment where they cut off someone's head, and the person was like eyes were closed, and they were talking to him with their head cut
they,
off,
like,
and they
looked up
still
at him.
opened their eyes and looked at them and was still trying to respond, and they
That's
couldn't.
crazy.
So it's like they still knew everything that was happening, even though their head was cut off.
So they cut off a live person's head off.
Yeah.
Well, they were like executing him, and then
Yeah.
after they cut his head off, and they tried to talk to him.
Of like a gully team.
Yeah, I think it was a guillotine. But they
guillotine.
there was also a thing that they did where they amputated a dog's head, and they had like his
Why would
heart.
they do that?
I don't know. I don't
We should
remember exactly
amputate
what it is. Probably
Coco's
just
head, to be honest.
experiment.
Why do we know this? That's the question. Why the fuck do we know this?
Because it's fascinating. But I think what they did was like they kept its heart pumping through like some type of machine, so the blood would come out, and then it would be oxygenized through the machine, and it would come back so the oxygen can get through everything, you know. And then they attached the dog's head back, and it lived. I think it only lived for like a day or two, but it lived, you know, which kind of shows you how crazy that is, the fact that you can be decapitated like that and still potentially survive. And, you know, I mean, if they were doing, because I'm trying to look up when this happened. 1908. They did this in 1908. So imagine,
Not going back to that.
but I mean, just imagine how far we're gonna come in like 50 years, 100 years. What we can do now, I don't know how often. I mean, they're doing like hand transplants. They're putting whole hands and they're translating faces onto people.
Transplanting
Remember that story about
dicks
how like
and
they have
everything.
something
Yeah,
to
dicks.
put on your heart and makes your heart pump like all the time?
Like a pacemaker.
I don't know what it's.
They have things like they have pacemakers that like I guess regulate your heartbeat. But I mean, dude, the technology about this shit is cool. But how did this conversation start? I'm completely off.
He asked the question about being beheaded.
Okay, well, also about that too, about what I was saying about like DMT and stuff. See, I think that only happens if it's like a prolonged dying. If you get stabbed, right, and you're bleeding out to a certain extent, I think then that would happen. But if you were to be crushed by something, I think it would just like be like getting knocked out, except you don't wake up. It's just like black, like instant. You don't even know what happened. So, because I think it was my grandma that was telling me that she had a brother that passed away, and he was talking about seeing angels and stuff, you know. And of course, being the kind of a dickhead I am, I was kind of like, well, do you think he was actually seeing angels, or do you think he was just hallucinating because he was dying? You know, or was it just a rush of chemicals? So I'm really torn between religion and science. I kind of try to combine the two in my beliefs, but there are
I don't
also
think you
times
combine them too.
there's a lot of times where they just contradict each other, you
Yeah.
know.
It's just straight
Religion?
Yeah, a lot of
oxymoron.
times.
All religions in general contradict each other. They also agree with each other on certain things.
There's
Too.
a lot of similarities for sure, you know.
It's crazy because I always like out of every religion, only one is correct.
No,
Not
Or
necessarily.
no.
Maybe they're
I feel like it's like the game of telephone, where it's like one person tells you what it is, and then the next person's like, "Wait, no, but this is what happened," and then the next person's like, "Oh, wait, but this is what happened." You know what I mean? So it's like it keeps changing.
yeah, but I
through
don't
things.
think like I mean we're all just one human race. I think we like I
No,
don't
that's
think
what-
we all.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we're one human race. That's what I'm saying. It's like a game of telephone. Let's say that one person said, "Oh, hey, I heard from our God, and He said this," and then the next person listens to that. They're like, "Okay, but I think He actually said this, or I think He actually meant this."
But
And they
considering
can
there's like
different-
multiple religions, shouldn't it just be like whatever you believe in be the final thing? Like say like everything's just in your head, everything's just in your mind. What do you think you're gonna go is where you're gonna go. If you think you're gonna go to hell, you're gonna go to hell. If you think you're gonna go to heaven, you're gonna go to heaven.
But if that's the thing, then that means death isn't really a thing.
that would mean that religion doesn't even really matter, truly,
Yeah.
right?
To me, it would mean like death is not really a thing. If your mentality state is what you get sent to, death isn't really a thing. Like you're
It's
not
more of
really
like
dying.
it's
just
more of a
wherever you-
physical death, like your
Yeah.
physical body is
Physically, you're
dying.
dying, but your spirit's not dying. Your
Yeah.
spirit's going wherever you thought you were going.
Yeah.
So you're not actually dying.
So y'all do think afterlife is real then?
I can't.
Afterlife and death, they're separate things. Because are you meaning like afterlife as in like heaven and hell?
Like, where
or
does
you mean
your-
afterlife as in like
Where does your consciousness and your soul go after your physical body dies?
Oh, I thought you were
That's
asking
yeah.
Ivan.
I'm
I know you
asking.
were asking
I
me.
was asking.
Or like sometimes like you
anybody.
can just go to limbo if you believe you're going to both. You know, if you believe you like some part of you is gonna go to hell or some part of you is gonna go to heaven, you can just stay in limbo.
Oh, okay. Wait, talk about limbo. What is it? You know how people like with ghosts and shit like that?
Mhm.
Like, what if
That's limbo.
yeah, what if that's where you are? Like you're just in the space. So that, like, let's say there's people watching over us right now that we don't know about that are in the room with us.
So Earth is limbo.
Hell yeah.
Earth is limbo.
If you think
Seems
about
to me like
it,
Earth is hell.
like everywhere we
Yeah,
are,
Earth is
someone
supposed
has
to be
died
hell.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
All right, bro. What do y'all think about these UFO stuff?
Oh my
Okay, we're
god,
not
dude! I
talking
don't
about
want to talk about
UFOs
UFOs again,
Bro, but there's
I don't
more
wanna talk-
stuff coming out about it.
What's came out?
Yeah.
They're literally so the government. I forgot who said. I think it was the president or somebody said that they are required to release the information on
This
these.
month.
Yeah, by the end of this month
Yeah.
on what these unidentified spacecrafts are.
Let me ask y'all this about just aliens in general. How does that play into religion? Like,
God damn it! Going back to religion.
no,
but
I'm
that's
trying to
actually a good
I'm trying to
question, though.
combine the two conversations because I'm assuming you're somewhat religious.
The aliens are God. Have you not seen Fourth Kind?
No.
Okay, wait,
The aliens literally said, "We are God."
Wait,
They
wait,
said
okay,
they're God.
okay. But if you want to say that, then that means religion isn't really a thing.
Bro, that's the whole
Yeah.
point that we've been kind of making.
Do y'all know
No,
what?
that's the point you're making right now.
Y'all
Because
know-
if aliens exist, then like
No, if aliens are saying that they are God and you believe aliens are God, that means God's not real.
yeah, because
Actually, he is. He's living in space right now.
y'all ever heard of Scientology?
yeah.
Yes.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, he's a Scientologist. But let me tell y'all this. Hold on. Do y'all know who created Scientology?
Uh, yeah.
His name is L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah. Aaron Hubbard. Yeah.
He is
I
the
was trying to guess his name.
an American author of science fiction and fantasy stories.
Mhm.
This
Yeah.
dude genuinely created a fucking religion, and there's people that follow it, even though this guy is a science fiction author. Science fiction.
And the religion is basically science fiction.
It's literally science fiction, bro. It's the craziest fucking shit to me.
It's a whole cult.
So, what religion are we creating today, guys?
These aliens, bro.
Let's do a combination of
aliens.
Scientology and
UFO spacecraft.
It's basically that.
I was gonna say Buddhism.
Buddhism.
No. But okay, bro, about these aliens.
Okay, what
Oh
about
my
them?
God.
You
Bro,
just said-
or what do y'all think they are? Do you think these? Cause like, do y'all not think it's crazy that how for so many years growing up, we would always talk about fucking aliens and UFOs, and then there would be like a whole group of people be like, "Yo, you're fucking crazy." There's never been a
Yeah,
sighting.
people-
There's
everybody-
never. But like, think about it. There's literally. Government is like being forced to show us videos, and they're like releasing stuff on the news about these unidentified spacecrafts. It's like these videos that you would see like on YouTube and fucking shit like that of like, oh my god, like it's a fucking UFO and shit.
Right.
But people wouldn't like believe it, you know. But now this shit is like being released to the public. The most like secretive, like one of the biggest conspiracies, like of
this is most secretive.
of all. Literally, it is. It's been for so long.
If it was
Like nobody knows the truth except for like I would say the government and all that stuff. But like where it's been like one of the biggest conspiracies of like the longest time, and now it's actually being put out there, and videos are being shown,
Yeah.
and military grade like cameras are catching all these, and they're saying that we don't know what the fuck these things are, and some of them are saying it could be like technology from other countries that we don't even know about. That's what they're saying.
Okay, well, I guess the thing though is just like how can another country be so far ahead of us? So it's like I feel like regardless of what it is, it's extremely potentially dangerous. You know, it's crazy to me that we're seeing these things, and it's not civilians, it's military personnel seeing these things, and they're still shocked by it, which is terrifying. The fact that we're seeing this crazy like technology being used and we just have no idea how to even get there. I think if it wasn't aliens, that would be more scary to me.
That would be scary.
It would be more scary if it was another country that had
But
this technology.
what's like blowing my mind is that like like about Area 51 and how it's supposed to be like a captive place for alien technology and all this stuff that's like crashing to Earth and things like that.
Mhm.
But like right now, it seems like the government is acting like, all right, what the fuck is going on? Like we don't know what the hell this is and all this shit. Like they are acting like they don't know what these things are. You know,
Yeah.
that's what like blows my mind is because like everybody was like on the Area 51 and like acting like it's a whole like alien space base and shit, and the government is just like, no, it's not. You know, it's nothing like what y'all think.
Yeah.
And but now all this fucking videos of spacecrafts and shit like that of unidentified flying objects are fucking coming out, and the government wants to act like, oh, we
What if
don't know
what
what the
if
fuck these are.
okay, what if it's this? What if let's say Area 51, like everybody said, and it's been teased at for years, that Area 51 is the holding for aliens and spacecrafts that we don't know about. Okay, let's say that's the thing. One, I don't think, and I don't believe, no matter how much they say they're gonna tell us, they wouldn't tell us that aliens fucking exist. That's just personally how I feel.
Well,
I feel like it's more of like the situation where it could be another country's thing. It's because what's it called? Another country started developing flying cars. I remember this like years ago because I remember when they started doing it because I was thinking about I was like, okay, what if we actually had flying cars and shit like that? And then like a week later, an article came out saying that another country was developing flying cars and shit like that.
But the thing about like I don't think it could be because of like how like it showed videos of like on the radar how the UFOs were moving and then how it literally dropped into the ocean.
that's what I was gonna say. It was like the difference in technology between flying cars and what this UFO was showing is crazy. You know, I think we have had some type of flying cars for a long time now that we've been able to create ourselves, but this technology doesn't even seem to be possible yet by us. We don't have that technology yet.
Yeah. Like the way it fucking moves, it literally moves like side to side, zigzag. It can like move in like crazy directions that nobody, I'm pretty sure, has like had the technology to create or anything
Yeah.
like that. And it then just drops into the ocean.
So this guy, his name is Bob Lazar, and he was claiming that he worked at Area 51. But so I remember last time I was saying like I didn't remember the name. It's called S4. Um, and he was basically saying that his job was to reverse engineer the space. It says extraterrestrial spacecraft. He was given a collection of documents regarding the craft that he was studying and stuff like that. They were split into research groups based upon their area of study. So he was like I was saying, he's in the propulsion group. So that's all he knew. That's all that they limit what they tell you
Mm-hmm.
so that you can't tell anybody else. You can't. Well, it was also like they sometimes they tell you wrong things so that if they were to hear the information. So let's say the government
They would
tells
know who said it.
exactly. So let's say the government tells you like the sky really isn't blue. You're just seeing that, right? That's just what we put something in their water so you see the sky is blue. And then that information, they hear that people have been giving that information around. They're like, okay, well, we know exactly where that came from because we only told you that and it was wrong, you know.
Yeah.
And let's see. He found that the Air Force would test their re-engineered craft over Groom Lake in the middle of the night, so he invited his friends out to the desert to watch. And yeah, they fired him because of that. Let me see. Do you believe humans can successfully move to Mars? For sure, but dude, they're thinking they're gonna be doing that by like what 2030.
Yeah.
I can't see it being. I can see us being on Mars, but not really coming. Yeah, not coming
Bro,
close to colonizing it.
the aliens, bro. The aliens are gonna help us.
Do you think there's aliens on Mars?
I think maybe. I think there's aliens amongst us, bro. In the ocean. Think
Like
about
here?
90% of the ocean has not been discovered.
Sounds
Or
like a
95%.
random percentage that you just said.
95%.
Yeah, it's 95%.
It's 5% of the ocean that's only been discovered.
I can imagine.
That's huge, bro.
But
We
then
don't
again,
know
like
what's down there.
the deeper you go down, the smaller things are. So
It's actually the opposite. The deeper you go down, the bigger they get.
no, I thought it was.
It's called deep water gigantism.
But I thought like most of the small animals, sea animals, live like really deep in the ocean.
There are small ones down there, but it says in zoology, deep sea gigantism is a tendency for species of invertebrates and other deep sea dwelling animals to be larger than their shallow water relatives.
But
So-
that's just because it's colder down there.
I don't know if it's because it's colder down there. I think it's more of has something to do with maybe the pressure of the water and their size, like relative to their size, can help them
The
survive.
megalodons down there.
Well, dude, there's like big ass fucking squids and shit.
Did you see that giant alien squid?
Yeah,
Have you
Cthulhu.
seen that one? That's what it's
You talking
called.
about? Is that what you're
Cthulhu?
talking about? Chulu?
No, Cthulhu.
Is it Cthulhu or is it Chulu?
Cthulhu.
I wonder if that's the same one I'm talking about.
Cthulhu.
No, what the fuck, you dumbass! Look up, giant.
That looks like what's his name? The dude on no DC Comics. I can't think of his name.
I wasn't talking about a
Swamp
fake
Thing?
thing. I was talking about a real thing. Type in
Hold on, I want to see how it's pronounced first.
Godzilla.
But what do you want me to type in?
type in alien octopus.
Okay. So this Cthulhu. Okay, you're right. So alien what?
Alien octopus, I think, or squid or something like that.
Watch Cthulhu pops up.
Not movie. And then put oil rig.
Oh, Rabbit was a good movie. She's trying to like decipher.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh shit.
That they fucking caught that shit on the oil rig, bro.
That looks like something that's out of Samus Squidward.
Out of what? Squidward? Out of what, Donovan?
Samus.
Salmon?
It's called the
Magna Pina.
yeah. Look how long that shit is, bro. I think that shit was like 20.
Squid. Oh shit.
And octopus.
Magna Pina squid. It's a big fin squid. It's a group of rarely seen cephalopods with a distinct morphology. They are placed in the genus Magnapina and family Magnapinidae. Magnapinidae.
Bro, I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was younger, bro.
That would be kind of cool, dude. It would be cool. Oh, he said in 100 years. Alex, dude, I honestly, with the rate that we advanced with technology, I think that it is pretty vast. Was it Eman?
We're on a fucking podcast right now. Who cares?
Well, he knows what he knows that we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
My computer's about to die, bro.
Yeah, we're already on like an hour and 2 minutes anyways.
Do you want to stop or you want to keep talking for a little bit?
The aliens, dude. I think
Let me answer his question first, though. Like I was saying, the rate that our technology is advancing right now is unreal, dude. Like when I was in I got my first phone when I was probably like 11, and you could not do shit on that phone. Like you could pull up Facebook, but it would just be like white squares, instead of the photos. And like to scroll down, you would have to press the down button on the thing, And now I'm sitting here on my phone doing whatever the fuck I want to do on it, And it's arguably the same size, same weight, and everything,
Talk about old phones. You guys remember having to like keep pushing the button to text?
Yeah, like the what a
3-letter
K9.
That
Yeah,
shit was fucking annoying.
I used to really be like, I would be in class like texting under my desk without even looking because I remember the buttons. iPhone really changed people, dude. It really did, and it's caused a lot of problems for me specifically. My phone. I feel like I have a really addictive personality, so like whenever I find something that kind of like hits that dopamine, it's kind of hard for me to not keep doing it. Whenever I have a free second of silence or something, I immediately pull out my phone and
porn, nicotine, alcohol, weed.
those are all your vices.
I was naming stuff for you.
Me. I don't smoke weed, I don't have sex, I don't watch porn, I don't even use my phone.
All right, bro. Let's.
When you venture into things, you just like fall into a rabbit hole, basically.
Well, yeah, because I kind of have like a really obsessive personality. So, like, whenever I find something interesting, I kind of obsess over it for a while. I have my phases. Whenever I obsess over something, I'll obsess over it for a while, and it'll be like the only thing on my mind. If something either makes me really upset or really happy, I obsess about it for a long time. I can't get it off my mind. There's
feel
no
that.
chill.
I feel that, but I feel like for like if something like really makes you happy or something that like really pisses you off and you keep thinking about it, I feel like that's more of like an overthinking thing than like addiction thing.
Well,
Because I do that myself. If something pisses me off, like I just had an argument or something, or like something really makes me happy, I constantly think about it. Or maybe like the next day, or maybe a week from now, I think about that just happened. That happened a week ago. You know what I mean?
Well, for me, it comes in like cycles. I'll think about something and I'll try to like almost neutralize the thought, and then it goes away for just momentarily, and then it comes back. So I'll obsess about it even more, and then I'll try to calm myself down from that thought, and then it'll stop for a little bit, and it's kind of like a cycle for me. So I think like what that is just like how I can somewhat compare that to an addiction would be like because I feel compelled to make myself feel better in that way, and making yourself feel better would almost becomes addicting in a way because you can't stop yourself from trying to make yourself feel better when something upsets you. I don't know how to explain that any more simpler. Imagine you living without your phone for a week. Dude, I went without my phone for like a day.
That'd be pretty easy. I think I could do
No,
it.
I don't think I could do
I
that.
think I could do that shit. I could do without a week.
I feel like
Really
I'm
good.
missing everything. I feel like I'm missing on like what's
But
going on in the world.
I just know I like life would be hell when I get my phone back.
What do you do when you're not on your phone? Like when you're at home and you have nothing to do and you don't have a phone, what would you do?
I'm streaming on Twitch, on YouTube.
That's
There's
the
one of the two.
that's
I'm
the
either on Twitch or
importance of
YouTube.
hobbies. That's the importance of having a hobby.
Hobby.
Yeah, hobbies are really important for just keeping yourself sane, keeping your mind busy. You know, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So,
Yeah. All right, bro. Let's end it here so my girl could come down and make some food.
okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
For anybody that's listening on YouTube, if you have anything you want to ask us to go into the next episode, we are answering questions. The most liked thing we'll use for the beginning of each episode.
Right. We want to start having more like,
Interaction with our audience.
well, more of like a focused conversation. Big Average Boys podcast. Yes, Alex. Awesome.
Yes,
We have more
sir.
of a focused conversation in a linear direction because we seem to, I have ADD, bro. So my mind is going everywhere. Like I think of something and like I'm doing it right now. But yeah. So
And also, if let's say you want to join the conversation, like Alex, because I'm not going to be able to edit this out. Just like our friend Alex here, you can catch us on Twitch on the Big Average Boys podcast. But if you don't catch us on there, just put it in the bottom of the comments on YouTube, or you can hit us on any of our socials, which should appear above each one of our heads.
awesome. And also,
Followed you. He followed
Alex, get the fuck off me, bitch.
thanks, Alex. Thanks for the follow. And also, Spotify and Apple Podcasts, Google, Anchor, and shit like that. So,
All right. Thanks for listening to episode 9. Shout out to Alex. Was it Alex Go Flex? Great sport. And y'all have a good one.